The calmest man in the room isn't weak, he's dangerous. While others are ruled by impulse, he moves with precision. The Stoics didn't just preach self-control, they weaponized it. And when confrontation strikes, it's not the angry or the loud who win. It's the one who understands this ancient discipline and stays still while others fall apart. Principle 1. Emotional distance. Picture this. You're in a heated argument. She says something cruel, not by accident, but to hurt you. Your chest tightens, your jaw locks, every muscle wants to fire back. But in that pause, you remember, you are not your emotion. You say to yourself, I feel anger, but I choose how I act. That second of awareness, that's power. Not because it ends the argument, but because it pulls you out of the emotional storm. This is exactly what Epictetus trained his students to do. As a former slave, he had no control over how others treated him, but he owned the one thing no man could take, his reaction. He taught, it's not things that upset us, but our judgment about things. And today, the world throws judgments at you constantly. Texts, tweets, sideways glances, passive aggression at work, manipulation in relationships. Most men react. Stoic men respond. The emotional distance you build doesn't make you colder. It makes you sharper. It keeps your hands steady when others tremble. It protects your dignity from being hijacked by someone else's chaos. And above all, it proves this simple truth. No one controls you unless you give them permission. Principle 2. Anticipatory awareness. Stoic calm isn't passive, it's prepared. While others stumble into conflict, the Stoic walks in with his eyes open. He doesn't guess, he studies. Epictetus taught that we are disturbed not by events, but by our interpretation of them. An interpretation becomes clearer when you've already seen the map. The Stoic doesn't wait for the explosion. He watches the fuse. Think about a man in a toxic relationship. He brings up a boundary. She mocks it. He gets defensive. She escalates. He snaps. He's surprised every time. But the Stoic sees the pattern. He knows. The need for control leads to deflection. The deflection turns to insult, and the insult provokes reaction. And because he knows the pattern, he rewrites the script. This isn't mind reading, it's pattern recognition. And once you train your mind to see these patterns, at work, in family, in love, you move from reactive to strategic. Before any tense situation, ask yourself, what emotional state is this person likely in? What outcome are they trying to achieve? What are the 3 most predictable reactions they might have? It takes 30 seconds, but it gives you the kind of clarity that most people only find after they've already ruined the conversation. Even today, elite negotiators, military, FBI, corporate, don't go into conflict blind. They profile the person they'll face. They anticipate resistance points. They know when you remove the element of surprise, you stay calm while others collapse. Marcus Aurelius didn't expect peace. He expected chaos and trained for it. That's not pessimism. That's power. Principle 3. Strategic breathing. Picture this. You're sitting across from your boss. He's just blindsided you with a cold remark, something you weren't expecting. You feel it instantly. Your pulse races. Your mouth dries. Your hands clench under the table, and you're 1 second away from saying something you'll regret. But instead, you breathe. 4 seconds in, hold. 6 seconds out. No one even notices. But inside, the storm passes. You just bought yourself clarity. That single breath didn't just calm your body. It stopped your programming. The instinct to defend, to lash out, to react. This is where most men fail. They speak from the tension in their chest, from the knot in their stomach, from the fight in their breath. But the Stoic learns to speak from stillness. And it's not just about feeling calm. It's about choosing power over panic. In high-stakes military training, elite soldiers are taught combat breathing for this very reason. Because when chaos erupts, the man who controls his breath controls the room. Even the ancient Stoics knew you can't control the battlefield, but you can control your posture, your tone, your pace, and it all starts with your breath. That's why Marcus wrote with such poise. Why Epictetus taught with restraint. Not because they never felt fear, but because they had practiced the art of returning to center over and over again. And today, in a world that runs on outrage, a man who controls his breathing is a man who cannot be manipulated. Principle 4. Purposeful action. Power isn't in your ability to fight. It's in your ability to choose why you fight, and if you fight at all. Epictetus had no wealth, no status, no freedom. He was a slave, but even in chains, he had one thing no master could take: his ability to act with purpose. He taught that we must not act out of impulse, but out of alignment with reason. Even when beaten by his owner, he didn't cry out, not from weakness, but because he had already decided, this does not deserve my reaction. That level of restraint is rare, but it is the foundation of unshakable composure. And today, you see the same trait in powerful leaders, not the ones who shout the loudest, but those who command through clarity. In high-pressure moments, great negotiators don't win by being aggressive. They win because they never lose sight of the objective. When others spiral into emotion, they stay locked on purpose. They move like chess players, seeing 3 moves ahead, sacrificing ego to serve strategy. And when the confrontation ends, they don't leave chaos in their wake. They leave a result, a decision, a boundary, a statement of values. The Stoic doesn't act to feel powerful. He acts because his principles demand it. So next time you feel triggered, stop. Ask yourself, does this action serve my long-term goal? If not, don't act. Because restraint, when driven by purpose, is not weakness. It is the ultimate form of control. A man who knows his purpose cannot be provoked. Final principle: mastery begins where reaction ends. Most men go through life reacting to insults, to fear, to pressure, to pain. They are pulled by impulse, enslaved by emotion, and defeated long before the confrontation begins. But the Stoic is different. He observes without becoming. He prepares before the battle arrives. He breathes when others break. And when the time comes to act, he does so with intention, not instinct. This isn't philosophy for the quiet. It's discipline for the dangerous. Because when a man masters himself, no one else can. The world today runs on outrage, speed, noise. But the ones who rise, The ones who endure are not the loudest. They are the ones who can stay still when it matters most. So ask yourself, in your next confrontation, will you react or will you remain unmoved? If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more Stoic wisdom. See you in the next video.